story about somebody's experience and how they felt like they did not have a voice all these years and they were not believed. And I thought it was just so unbelievable. There's a Netflix documentary called Take Care of Maya. Everyone should see it. But it's so hard to watch because it's so upsetting, and it just sheds light to what happens in hospitals and how much power they have to make decisions that may or may not be good for you. So anyway,
I mean, that's what they thought, that like the mother was abusing her. That's what it was.
they thought the mother had Munchausen's by proxy and was claiming her daughter was sick to make herself look better. But honestly, David, you have to see this documentary.
That's sad.
So good. Yeah.
And then the mother killed herself. What? Because they wouldn't letting her see the child.
Yeah, for 3 months they
Wow.
refused to let her see the child. And the day she killed herself, there was a try. They got in front of the judge, and the judge is like, "No, I'm going to keep this going." And the lawyer said, "Well, can Miss Kowalski just give her daughter a hug?" And the judge said no. And that evening, she went home and she hung herself in the garage. I mean, it's a terrible story.
That's sad.
Yeah, so I feel so happy. I mean, of course, it doesn't bring her mother back, but I'm so happy for the family, that for the father, for Maya, for her brother. They've been through so much, and they deserve the best. So that to me is the most inspiring person of the year. All right, number 7, breakout star this year. Who was your favorite person that kind of came out of nowhere?
I mean, I don't know about my favorite person. I don't even know if I really care about this person, but to me, the breakout star that is everywhere, it proves your point. You basically gave this one away for me earlier, and I'm not kind of making a joke, but not really. As a self-respecting gay man, Travis Kelce. Lots of us have never heard his name in our entire life before. I don't know a Travis Kelce from a Lamar Odom. And, if Lamar wasn't on, I don't know any sports people. I never heard of the guy before. Chiefs, this, that. I don't know. I don't care. Certainly know him now. Travis Kelce is my breakout star of the year. To your point, your daughter is wearing his freaking shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him.
I think it's funny. Like, a lot of people say that he was nobody before, and Taylor made him, but I don't think that's the case. He was, in the Super Bowl last year. Everybody knew him. He had a reality show made about him and dating. So he's obviously been on the map, just not on our map, not on our radar.
He was on Watch What Happens with Ramona.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. So he's been a star in someone's orbit before ours. But I agree. I did not know who he was, but I think he's a great guy. I love his humor. I think he's adorable. And I really want him to succeed. So I like that. Okay. For me, I had a couple. I can't decide, but I'll pick 2. For this guy, I think has been around a little bit, but I think this year he really, broke out of his shell. Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live. His George Santos impression like killed it. I think that he's one of the best on Saturday Night Live right now, and I'm really happy to see that. I remember I watched the first night he was on, and I was like nervous for him. You could tell how nervous he was, and now I think he's great. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, Fire Island. He had the whole movie Fire Island. He had a great year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's great. And then an ode to you, because I don't do a lot of reality TV stars, but I think the new housewife of New York, Brynn Whitfield, became a breakout star. Obviously, we did not know who she was, and now people love her, hate her, whatever it is. She is on people's radar. So I thought she was an interesting breakout star.
And people, her shoes, the Louboutins, they got stuck in the elevator at BravoCon. They went, she has a moment at BravoCon that people will be talking about for years. So she certainly knows how to get attention, that Brynn Whitfield.
And I will tell you, I saw a dress on her from some sort of random clip, and I stalked the internet trying to find the dress that she was wearing, and I actually tracked it down and bought it. It just came to my house. So again, I don't actually watch The Housewives of New York, but I definitely know who she is, and she's in my mind a little bit. So good job.
I love it.
All right, one to watch in 2023, headed to 2024. But like, who's the person that you think is on the radar right now that's going to break out in 2024?
This is literally it's a breakout, so nobody is going to know what I'm talking about, I don't think. But do you know the Bet Chef? It's the Bet Chef. The Instagram handle it's QCP, and this guy's name is Gianluca Conte. You have to watch it. he wears this apron that says "Betch," and he's also really hot, so you see the whole body. But he has like a 2 million followers on Instagram, and he does like a thing, and he's like "Betch," and he cooks, and he just look it up right now. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I've been obsessed with this. Like, it's not just because he's hot; it's really he cooks. He's like, today we're gonna make pasta, and it's just the videos are so great and they're so interesting. And I mean, literally, he has like 2 million followers. And it's becoming. It's like it is. It's way more of a thing now than it was like 12 months ago. I think he's the one to watch. Look up the Instagram. It's QCP.
I'm gonna look it up. I have no
It's
idea
like
what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's like I'm like no one's gonna know what I'm talking about, but like it's yeah, the Instagram is it's QCP. He has 2.2 million followers. He has sponsorships, and it's not just like he's like today we're gonna make a sub, and it's not just all Italian, but they're really it's cooking. It's like he's a cooking influencer. He just did
Yeah.
an ad for Gordon Ramsay. And it's really interesting. He's also part of Next Models. He has a side gig. That's the one I'm putting my money on.
Okay. For me, one to watch in 2024 who came into my radar in 2023. Well, I have one that I really like. We've both, I think, had her on our show, Meredith Lynch. She's an Instagram influencer. She always has something to say. A couple people have sent her cease and desists. Bethany Frankel, I think Rachel Zoe.
Yeah.
And she always is like 1 foot ahead of the story. I really like her. I think she's interesting. I think her takes on things are interesting. What are your thoughts on her?
Yeah, listen, I loved her. I had great chemistry with her, and you know how that is. You just because someone's whatever, you don't can't tell how the chemistry is. Great chemistry when she came on my show. Listen, she puts in the work. You know what I mean? Like these deep dives she does, like it's no joke. Like she has, her T's are crossed and her I's are dotted. I'm like, man, that takes dedication. So I'm a huge Meredith fan. I love her.
Yeah. You guys can check her out on both of our podcasts to hear what she talks about. For me, I think it's a little different than what she talks about with you. We talk about our stories of grief. She lost her mother. We talk about her life and how she got to where she is. And then we do get into some of the deep dives. I think on your show, you guys get more into the pop culture deep dive stuff, right?
Bethany, the Zoe, and we did some recapping of Jersey and Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants to recap can come on my podcast any day. Go on.
And then another person heading into 2024, Renee Rapp. Do you know this name?
No.
I didn't think you would, but she starred on Broadway in Mean Girls in the musical. She's the breakout
Hmm.
star from Sex Lives of College Girls, and she released her album and now stars in Mean Girls, the movie, as Regina George. So I know some casting directors who think she is going to be a huge star. She already is, but like in mainstream news, I think we are going to know her name in 2024. So remember that name, Renee Rapp. We'll revisit this next year, and you'll tell me if you have now heard of her and you know who I'm talking
Let
about.
me file that away.
Yes. Okay. Most shocking pop culture event of 2023.
I have two. I have a Bravo and a non-Bravo. My Bravo is, the Roni reboot. I keep going back to this. Like,